Everyone, this is Chase with InsurGrid coming to you live on a Friday morning, Friday, April 30th. I'm here with Andrew Daniels. Andrew is the founder and managing director at InsurTech Ohio. Andrew, what's going on?
Hey Chase, I'm happy to be here on a nice sunny day out there. Great day.
Yeah, out in the Midwest. You're in Columbus, correct?
Yep, Columbus, Ohio. Yep.
All right. Has Columbus kind of staked its claim as the InsurTech capital of the United States? Would you say that?
Chase, I think we're trying, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of progress, being made, and a lot of things to celebrate with some later stage companies, exiting or being acquired. So we're trying, right? That's yeah.
Yeah, a lot of movement in the space in Columbus, which is awesome. Well, Andrew, you've been in the industry for almost your entire career, I would say, and you started on the carrier side, and then you moved into venture, and now you're building your own community. So I would love just to learn more about your career so far.
Yeah, no, I think you summed it up quite well. I think it wasn't that clear, at the start or in the middle of where it would be today. So, yeah, I started off on the carrier side of thing with Allstate, mainly in their claims operations. So, field operations, a lot of remote work, actually, and then ended up with their innovation team out in Chicago, doing some work around auto and property damage inspections, mainly in the claim space, and got to work on some really cool technology and products that are, now starting to hit the market. Um, and then found my way coming back to Columbus, and at an early stage VC incubator here. And that's where I, found the passion for the community here in Columbus, and what we had, going on greater in Ohio and the Midwest, and decided that I'd appoint myself the person to try to bring it all together. So here we are today.
And so what, you were at Rev One Ventures for quite some time, and how have you seen the kind of evolution of InsurTech, over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really interesting. I think we've seen kind of the first wave of startups come through and get to later stages of funding, and like I said, some exits and acquisitions. And in Columbus, especially, we've seen the ability to attract some of these people to Columbus to start a company. Like early on, when I was at Rev One, I met Steve, who runs Branch Insurance, when he was coming into town, and got to experience from the ground up, how he was approaching his startup. But I think we're seeing kind of that second wave of these neo carriers or solution providers kind of come through and start to get their early stages of funding and get off the ground too, to kind of prove out that we're probably in the middle of a really good time for the InsurTech space, with heavy investments going into it.
And what, on, being on the carrier side, being in the venture side, what does this mean for, both the agent communities and the customers that they serve, consumers, as, this on-demand economy from Uber and Amazon starting to come into the insurance space? What are you seeing as the future?
Yeah, I think it's a really great time from the consumer perspective. Like, I think people are now starting to apply technologies that 5 or 6 years ago were being applied to the fintech space, into the insurtech space. And at the end of the day, the consumer wins, because it's a less clunky process, and it's actually like a more relatable process to what they deal with on a daily basis, like making deposits into their bank accounts, or just interacting with a bank or a retail outlet or something like that. So, I think it only makes it easier from a consumer perspective to engage with their agent partners and with their insurance products. And at the end of the day, that easy engagement, like, should lead to higher customer satisfaction, and should hopefully lead to staying with an agent longer and kind of sustaining that relationship over time.
Yeah. And what do you think agents need to be thinking about, developing technology and like where everything is going, with this digital presence?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially in the agency, space, I think early on you saw some of the large carriers start to implement tech, like these new technology platforms that obviously they had the ability to either build or buy and bring into the organization, and maybe push those down through the agency channels to help their consumers. And then you kind of saw some of this technology being adopted by these direct to consumer carriers coming out and really pushing it down that way. I think it's the exciting time for the agents, independent agents or captive agents, that they're able to now employ these new technologies to their own consumer base, and probably get a leg up on their competition by being an early adopter of something. I think the ability to pull data and understand a customer before they have interactions with them, or as they're building a relationship with them, is like really important and really interesting to acquiring the customer into your book of business, for sure.
Right. And I think, as agents, you have to, kind of adhere to your customers and your consumers and what they want. And I think technology has just brought that to the forefront of that consumer experience.
Yeah, I think it's what they want, and honestly, right now, it's what they expect as well. Like, yeah, I'm just expecting, like, if I go into an interaction with somebody, I'm expecting it's like really easy, and like you're like, I mean, there's like something digital attached to it. It's not just like over the phone, and you're asking me all these questions and then asking me them again. Like it should be like every transaction I have, like I'm go to the grocery store this afternoon. Like it should be very relatable to that kind of transaction. And the technology now, like if you're not implementing that kind of technology right now, like it's a weird process for a consumer
Yeah.
who doesn't deal with it on a daily basis.
Right. Yeah, no, completely agree. Well, Andrew, tell everyone a little bit more about InsurTech Ohio, and you've been working on this for over 2 years now. So I'd love to learn more about kind of what your initiatives are and what you're looking to build and what you have been building.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the most simple form, like we're showcasing and building the community. And the really hard part about that is you have to bring in all of these different segments of our community into one place, one neutral place where they can interact with each other. This is a very like organic thing, and it can't be forced. People have to want to become better together and to share resources and ideas and concepts, and that's what we're on a mission to do. So this year we were able to bring on more formal partners to help us kind of fund and get things off the ground. So we're really excited about that. We're really excited to be highlighting some of the thought leaders in the industry, and launched our new website earlier on this year to be able to house some of that content, which we think is really, really important and gives back to our community. Not only those who are experienced in the community already, but these new and up and coming people that we're trying to attract to the insurance space, because we want to get them excited about changing things here. So we're really excited about those opportunities, and really the other InsurTech groups across the country, working with them closely, and helping to build up these communities very locally, and have a national presence as well.
Awesome. What's on the horizon for InsurTech Ohio?
Oh, I think more of the same. Like we were able to showcase some of this thought leadership with some of the people who are here in Ohio and across the country. For the rest of the year, like we have projects lined up to do the same in certain niches and certain segments, and then hopefully bringing everyone together later this year to see what Columbus and Ohio have to offer from an InsurTech standpoint in person is on our wish list.
All right.
So we're planning that, and yeah, be on the lookout for some interesting things there, and just continuing to grow the community for sure.
Awesome. Andrew, well, thanks for jumping on your Friday afternoon. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back every week with InsurGrid Industry Insights. Thanks, Andrew.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Chase.